Hey guys, Philosopher here, and today I've got a lot of info about Cosmic Crucible right from the developers. They were nice enough to answer a lot of questions and give us a lot of information about what it's going to be like. And I'm just going to say at the outset that if you saw my prior video talking about Cosmic Crucible, I've got some blunt news for you. Not much is going to change. I mean, I was hopeful, frankly, because I thought it was a pretty crappy game mode compared to what it could be. I think it's more fun than some of the stuff in the game. It's more fun than a lot of stuff, right? RTA is boring and Gamma Raid and a lot of stuff Blitz. But it's a lot worse than it could be, and it's certainly a lot worse than the game mode it's copying, which is a game mode called Grand Arena from another game that's very similar called Galaxy of Heroes. So very disappointed in the game mode. And at a high level, what I'm going to say is that it's not going to change much. Like, I just think the devs have made their decision and they're just going to go forward with this game mode, which is disappointing to me. But I've got a lot of specific info I'm going to give you, and I'm going to stick to what I think actually matters, okay, instead of bearing you with a lot of details. So first of all, rewards, because this is what most people care about. Bottom line, right? The devs said that they want Cosmic Crucible to, quote, ease the burden on targeted teal mini-uniques. I have no idea what that means, so you can just interpret their words for yourselves. I mean, I guess it sounds good. There will be a currency that you get per knockout per room. I don't know what you can spend it on. I guess maybe teal mini-uniques. I don't know. There will be rewards at the end of a tournament based on your rank and season based on your rank. And in terms of reward structure, because there's 8 players in a pod, essentially, that are going to be facing each other. Whoever goes 3-0 will get the top prize. The 2-1, the people who go 2-1 in their matches get the same prize. 1 and 2 get the same prize. And the person who loses all 3 matches gets their prize. So that's kind of how the structure works. So that's in addition to the currency you get when you kill a character for a knockout. Everyone's going to be seeded into different divisions, gold, bronze, whatever. And you can move divisions in between crucibles. And you will get a negative or positive skill rating with the result of every trial. So let's say your skill rating's at 1,000. You might go up 1 or 2 if you win a crucible. You might go down 1 or 2 at the end. Ranking only changes at the end of a crucible. And the rewards you get within a crucible are based on the division of the highest rated player in your tournament. So if there's 8 of you and, you're rated, one person is rated 1,000 and you're rated 998, you get rated, you get your rewards based on the highest person of the 8 of you. Rewards always scale upwards, so getting rank 8 in a silver is better than getting rank 1 in a bronze. So the point is, no matter how much you win, there's always an incentive to go higher, 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 which is fine. I think it makes sense. You should never want to make it where people are deliberately losing to stay at a lower crucible. Initial seeding. This is important. Initial ratings are based on an opponent account's TCP. So when this all starts, everybody is going to be rated. So the most, quote, skilled player in the game is going to be the player with the biggest account to start. And it's going to go down from there. So if you have a very small account, your skill rating will be low to start. As you fight and win and lose, your rating's going to go up or down based on how well you do. If you don't put any time into it, or you don't try, or you're not very good at it, you're going to go down in skill and vice versa. This actually recently played out in Galaxy of Heroes, which I play on the side, and it worked fine. I mean, basically, the downside of it is over time, you're going to face accounts a lot bigger than yours, potentially. If you do good, if you've built this awesome 10 million TCP account that's really lean and mean and has all the best characters built up, over time, you're going to start facing accounts that are 14 million, 15 million, 16 million. And if you just don't really care much about Cosmic Crucible, you could have a massive, whale account with 25 million or 28 million TCP and just keep losing and being, facing people who have 10 million TCP less than you. Okay, that's how it's going to work over time. They will use your entire account's TCP, not a section of it. They're not just going to look at your top 50 characters or 80 characters or whatever. And matchmaking is going to be based on the skill rating, which will be, as I said, over time different than your TCP. All right, let's talk about matchmaking for a second. The bottom line, all I really can tell you, they didn't give me a lot of detail on this, but the bottom line is you're not going to see the same people, over and over and over again. They're going to try to make it so you very, very rarely see the same person twice. They're going to have a rule so you don't keep matching the same 8 people each week. In other words, you could imagine if you're one of the top 8 people in skill rating in the game, are you going to face the same 8 people over and over and over again? They're going to make it so that you rotate. Okay. In terms of attacking, the bottom line is, I'm not going to go over all the rules that I went over in the prior video. But one new piece of info that I want to give you is that force quitting your attack will work just like Alliance War. So in other words, in Alliance War, if you're in the middle of your attack and you quit out, right, you keep your team, but you lose the battle, right? It's almost as if it didn't happen. In Alliance War, all it is you lose your limited attack. In Crucible, you don't have limits in the number of attacks you do. I don't believe, but you're going to lose points because you're going to do it on a lesser attempt, right? It's going to take you more attempts to do the same victory. In the future, they will be making Crucible offense and Crucible defense teams, just like War offense, War defense. More teams to build, more teams to buy. If you didn't see that coming, wow. Okay, that's the whole point here, right? Giving you a whole other game mode that you have to build teams for and feel pressure to build more out for, and so on. They are considering new rooms, new rules, and other changes. They will likely, and I put it in quotes, improve Crucible over time. Whether you improve it or not, it's going to be a matter of opinion. We may not agree with them, but they're very interested in trying to make this game mode better. Although they did not do any of this. It doesn't look like they're going to be doing it. It's not clear, but it doesn't look to me. My sense of things, my opinion, is that they're not going to be making the sort of big changes that I think they need to make this game mode less of a disappointment. For example, one example they gave us is that they're considering a room that gives your team war buffs. So you could put your heroes for hire there and they would work like they do in war, but they haven't done that yet. Screen time. This is a big one. And this is really big to me. They're going to run Crucible every week. So there's no break. It's not like Avengers Tower where it comes once a month or Pocket Dimension. It comes a few times a year. Every week you got to do Crucible. There's no break between the matches to set your defenses. So you're going to have your defense set up. It's going to auto go use the same defense for next time. And if you want to change it, you got to, while you're in between your attacks, you got to change your defense for the next time. And then this is a big one for me. Rewards will not be cut from other game modes to make room for Crucible. They will not be cut from other game modes. So in other words, like in Galaxy Heroes, they just took the power cores out of Arena and put them into their version of Crucible, which has been around a while, Grand Arena. They're not doing that here. They're not making this a substitute for Greek raids or a substitute for Blitz or anything else or Arena or whatever. This is just yet another thing for us to do. And on one hand, you could say, well, more rewards are better, philosopher. I always want more stuff, and that's fair. But what I would really rather them do is not cut rewards. I would just like them to add rewards, but have fewer game modes. Do we really need to have do I really need to be running Greek raids or Blitz 8 times a day, or do all at a certain point, like you have to, as you introduce new stuff, refine your game, do RTA. Do I need to do all that stuff? It should be that this game mode is not additive, but that's where we're at. It is. So what I will just say is, this is, ultimately going to be yet another thing to build for, yet another thing to do. And for some of you like it. I get some feedback. Like, I like more to do. I like to spend several hours a day on this game or whatever. That's not where I'm at, and that's not my view of where most players are at based on the feedback that I'm seeing. They'd like us to cut down on the tedious screen time, the old raids, the repetitive stuff, in exchange for having just stuff that's fun. This felt pretty repetitive to me, but if you like the rewards, maybe that's going to be enough in your game book. So, all right. If you guys, I don't know if you like this video. I'm a little disappointed by it, but it is what it is. I appreciate the info. This is all confirmed. This is not speculation. This is all confirmed info from the devs. So if you liked it, smash that like button, subscribe to this channel. If you have comments, questions, cheers, jeers, angry, sad, happy, mad, put it below or go to my Discord. That's linked below. You can also go to my Twitch stream. That is linked below too.